everybody, Vinny001 here with another commentary on Battlefield Bad Company 2. Today I'm playing Oasis. Got my mate Cerberus here with me. It's a pretty full game. We've got some of those WP guys, the Aussies. We're on an Aussie server at the moment. Just the fucking chopper pile he ran right in that bloody building, mate. He didn't even bloody try to pull up from it. Thought I had this tank right here too. I don't think I get that bloody close to him. And Waterstroke ends up robbing me of the bloody kill. But hey, he's dead, doesn't really matter. Just checking to see if there's anybody who's bailed that tank right there, but no, they all fucking died. See that mine I just passed there? That's a good spot to put a mine, because the quad bikes sometimes come through that little gap, and you never know, you might catch a guy out right there. Some of you might know too that I mentioned in my Cold War video about the top 5 players on Machinima for Battlefield Bad Company 2 by big money. So I'm going to put the email address up for you right about now. And with the submissions, make sure you add your PSN, your Steam ID, and your gamer tag, whichever console or PC you play on, whatever. Brief little description of what's happening in the clip and what map you're playing on, that kind of stuff. And just try to keep your clips a bit short there, because there's got to be 5 other clips in the video. If you've got a long spree or something, use the fast forward, just try and get it all in there. But yeah, get your capture cards up and running, get some submissions in, and let's get this top 5 players a bit more noticed, and might get a bit more of a Battlefield presence on Machinima. That'd be a good bloody thing, mate. Too much bloody Black Ops on Machinima at the moment. It's quite a full game. They're not really attacking, I don't know really what's going on with this, but yeah, works out alright in the end. Some of you might know that Brisbane City, where I live, has been pretty much inundated with flooding over the last few days. It's gotten pretty bad actually. It's not as hasn't been this bad since the 1974 floods, which I wasn't around for, but yeah, it's pretty bloody bad in some places, mate. They expect it to get worse before it gets better, that sort of thing. The tides are going to peak at about 4 AM today, so a lot more people will be flooded out of their homes by the early morning. Suburb I'm in's a bit safe from it, we're on a bit of a hill and that, so we don't really get the threat of any flooding coming from the local river or anything. It'd have to be bloody a shitload of flooding to get to where we are, because it's a bit of a bloody climb up that hill. So we got pretty lucky with the whole thing, really. Just worried about everybody else, kind of, the way things are going. I think 12 or so people have already died from it, and a few people are still missing up north and that. It's a bit of a bloody shame. It's not a great start to 2011 for our fair old city here. I can't wait for the rain to stop, I'll tell you that fucking much, mate. It's been pretty much raining solid here since mid-December. They say it's going to be at least another week or 2 before the rain fucking goes away, and then it's gonna take fucking, I don't know how long, mate, but it's gonna take for fucking ever for that water to dissipate. It's just, if you've seen a few of the images on the internet or on television, just some areas are completely flooded, up to the bloody, the roofs of the houses, some of them. Quite surreal to see it. I went into the city today and had a bit of a look around, and I've never seen it so bloody quiet. I've never seen it so empty. Just there's no one around, and all the power was off in the city, and it's just fucking bizarre, mate. It really was. Seeing the river too was just the power of that water, the way it's just pushing everything aside, cars, trees, houses, mate. It's just taking everything. It's fucking unreal. So there's an old restaurant up Milton Way. It's one of the suburbs in Brisbane. It was actually on a few pontoons. It was on the waters. It used to be called Oxley's, but I think it's called the Drift now. Mate told me it was called the Drift today, and I can't even remember them changing the fucking name or ownership or anything like that, but it used to be called Oxley's anyway. And the whole bloody thing was floating down the river. It's bloody, I didn't see the actual, thing. You saw that part on TV, but yeah, you could see bits of it when I went in today, you could see bits in the river of what this fucking restaurant used to be. Bloody sight to be seen, mate. They're saying it'll probably take about 2 years or so to fully repair all the damage been caused by this flood. And yeah, I didn't know it was this bad, eh? I'd seen it on TV and that, but once you actually go in and have a look at it, mate, you just realise, you just don't have a clue of what's going to happen the next day. Everybody was all cool. Christmas just come, New Year's had just come, and then a bit over a week later, everyone's fucking fighting for their lives and drowning in their own bloody houses. It's unbelievable. I think the really bizarre thing is we're in a city. It's not a country town. It's not a small little enclave somewhere off, next to a huge river. Or next to a huge river, but we've got a huge city around it. And that really didn't fucking make a difference. I mean, the water just went where it wanted. And people who, for years had never experienced, 1974 was the last major flood, and a lot of people who were living in that area probably are a lot older now and probably have moved out of the areas where they were affected in 1974, so they, all these new residents and that who have moved into these areas, they didn't expect to ever see that kind of thing in their lifetimes, and now it's, on their doorstep, in their living rooms, swallowing up their bloody houses and their cars and their memories and shit. So probably a lesson you could take from all of it once you've seen it is you just fucking don't know, mate, what's going to be tomorrow, was the next day, what's going to fucking happen. Because it really was, mate. It was basically, warning signs, and then all of a sudden it's fucking shit. Fucking floods everywhere. Everyone's just fucking racing to get, sandbags up and fucking houses cleared out, and they've set up emergency centres all around the fucking area for people to stay in and shit. It's just something I never thought I would see in this city. I never thought I would see this desperation, this, this fighting for every fucking inch, just to keep this water away. It's quite bizarre, mate. So anybody out there that's in Brisbane and is having a tough time with it all, bloody feel for you, mate. You got my bloody thoughts and that with you. It's just one fucking thing that's never going to be forgotten in this bloody town, I tell you that. Not for a long time. 74 affected a lot of people, but with time that memory's kind of faded, and this generation really has never experienced anything like it. My generation, younger generations, have never experienced anything like it in Brisbane at all. And it's really fucking shook a lot of people up around here, how just our city could be swallowed up the way it has been. But I guess when all's said and done, mate, we're fucking Australians and we'll get the job done. That's the way it works here. People will do what they've got to do to get by, and your mate next door will help you out, your neighbour down the street, whatever. It's just the way it works here. If someone needs something, you give them a hand with it. You don't walk on by like people do in the world. Not around here, mate. It's not every man for himself. It's whole communities in there, and they're trying their best to keep everything safe, keep everyone safe. But yeah, there we go. Bit of a somber rant right there, but it's about kind of that occasion, really. Recorded that first part of the video a bit earlier in the evening for the top 5 players and that, and then I watched a few more hours of the coverage for the floods and that. Yeah, it's got me thinking a bit, so I thought I'd come here and kind of lay down my thoughts and all that kind of shit. Bit of a cathartic exercise, trying to work it all through. But yeah, I'll catch us again next time, and thanks for watching. We end up winning the game, and it's quite a funny little win. If you listen closely at the end, you'll hear what I mean. But yeah, Catch us again next time, eh?